Welcome to the Economy and Politics Show. I'm Otto Abasi Abaseko. In this edition, we'll be reviewing the state of the nation with three critical issues. Nigeria is in a defining moment as it seeks to navigate through a challenging political economy wrought with tough indicators, from the economy, politics to security. Every sphere is going through what can be described as a perfect storm. The first key issue for focus today will be the visit of President Muhammadu Buhari to the White House in the United States of America, where he will be meeting with the world's most powerful leader, President Barack Hussein Obama. Today's meeting, he will be leading an 18-man delegation to discuss bilateral issues with the U.S. government, which has been a strong ally of Africa's economic powerhouse. President Buhari will table the need for military and intelligence support from the United States to tackle the insurgency in the country, as well as strong backing to tackle corruption. Also, it will be an opportunity to discuss trade and commerce between both countries, and it will be expected that President Buhari will articulate a strong position for Nigeria in global trade. The U.S. support for Nigeria in its fight against insurgency in the past years has been cold, and it will be interesting to see how this visit will change that. On the other hand, there are also feelers that President Obama may push for Nigeria to reconsider its anti-gay posture. Remember that several years Nigeria passed a legislation against gay marriage. The big question will be, what will be the reaction of President Buhari if that ensues? The coming days will reveal that. The second issue for focus is the Nigerian economy. And last week, the National Bureau of Statistics released the June inflation rates for the country, which is now pegged at 9.2%, a 0.2% increase from the May figure of 9%. This has shown a consistent and consecutive increase in inflation since the beginning of the year. This has been linked to the irregularity in the petroleum motor spirit supply, PMS, which is affecting food prices, signaling a challenging time for consumers. From the analysis, the federal government, through the yet-to-be-constituted economic management team, when it comes on board, should fashion a robust fiscal policy to stem the tide of inflation hike in the country. Also, this week, on the 23rd and 24th of July, the Monetary Policy Committee of the Central Bank of Nigeria will be meeting to review interest rates, the MPR, and also the CRR. Analysts are of the view that the MPR will be retained at 13%. But beyond the challenges facing the central bank in the area of monetary policy and overall fiscal policy in the country, notable financial analyst Mr. Olufemi Awoyemi, in his recent article, "It is the productivity of the economy that defends the Naira," asserts that the CBN should give much attention to the various factors that will grow the economy, because defending the Naira has really affected, to an extent, the central bank reserve. The third issue under review today will be the tactical and surprise decision last week by President Muhammadu Buhari to relieve the military service chiefs of their positions, thereby appointing new ones. This came as a surprise to some, while others expected the development. Interestingly, the Inspector General of Police, Mr. Solomon Arase, was retained. The new service chiefs, Major General Babagana Monguno, retired, who is now the National Security Advisor; Major General Gabriel Olonishakin, who is the Chief of Defense Staff; Major General Tuko Buratai, Chief of Army Staff; Air Vice Marshal Sadiq Abubakar, Chief of Air Staff; Rear Admiral Ibogete Ibas, Chief of Naval Staff; and Air Vice Marshal Morgan Riku, the Director of Military Intelligence, have taken over to reshape the military operations. These are notable and respected officers with capacity who have wide experience in training, combat, and logistics. It is expected that they will restructure effectively, ensuring improved intelligence in the fight against insurgency, strategic and robust training drills and exposure for officers, and improved welfare scheme, also a reformed and refined military. Before closing, at the international scene, last week was the defining one for Greece and Iran, who have now reshaped international relations as both countries reached decisive deals respectively on economic bailout and nuclear. Beyond the understanding and agreements in Brussels and Vienna, Greece and Iran will have to demonstrate that there is potency in constructive debate and diplomacy over contentious issues like bailouts and nuclear agreements. Europe will expect Greece particularly the parliament, to agree and come up with the reforms process for the bailout, which is justifiable at 35 billion euros, containing a growth package and debt restructuring for the cradle of democracy. Iran, on the other hand, will have to prove that it means business in limiting its nuclear armaments production, opening up for regular inspection and abiding by the rudiments of the deal. Therefore, the global markets will be impacted in the coming weeks by the actions of Greece and Iran. And that will be all for this edition of the Economy and Politics Show. You can join the conversation on @EcopoleNG or log on to our website www.webtvng.com for videos and updates on political economic activities. Till the next edition when we come your way, thank you for watching and have a lovely day.